Okay. And we're live. Beth and Bill, in our very first live stream that we haven't done a live stream in what, 5 years? We used to do live streams.
Really? I don't remember that.
Yeah, we used to do them all the time. You remember we did them we had Johnny and we had Dr. Ravenel on, and we did live streams back then.
Well, wasn't that complicated, was it? It seems like it's super complicated now.
It seems like it has gotten more complicated. I think they've made it more, I don't know what the word is. But in any case, we probably won't have anybody on because they were expecting us at noon and it's now 12:18. But regardless, we're still going live.
Well, looks like there's 5 people and 1 thumbs up. Is that true?
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. That would be wonderful. We were really not expecting anybody. We've got the chat.
Rick Martin.
Yeah, there you go. Hello, Rick. Just, well, we can't get rid of it.
Do you know what we're doing?
No, just say hello, everybody. We don't know what we're doing. It seems like I was out of town, and it seems like I lost.
Look, there's Jared Easelman.
All right.
Hi there, Bill and Beth. Good day. Unbelievable. We accidentally stumbled into doing the right thing. What can it mean?
We're not getting older. We're getting better. I just got back from a family wedding, so I've sort of been out of it. But it did not escape me that the shutdown has ended, and I am so excited. I am beyond excited about it because Chuck Schumer finally looks like he did this on purpose. He wanted this shutdown on purpose because he wanted it to look like he was a tough guy against President Trump, and he was going to get all this stuff done, and they was going to get whatever he wanted. And now, as it turns out, he doesn't look so good, and the Democrats are really frustrated with him. Not only his fellow Democrats, but 8 of them voted with the Republicans to end the shutdown. And now they're calling for Chuck to lose his position as the Senate Majority Leader, Senate Minority Leader. Sorry. The Dems have been in the majority so long, sometimes it's hard for me to forget. But I'm happy about that. And today the House is voting to also end the shutdown. And so that would be really, really good. So, yes, in the filibusters, what they wanted to do. But in any case, that's good news. And everything get back to normal. And I love the fact that President Trump said he was going to give a $10,000 bonus to all of the TSA workers who stayed on the job. Yay. That's a good thing. So that is happening today. And it's, you see, Bill is trying to work on the lighting because he wants to get the lighting perfect. And we forgot to do the lighting before we went live.
Mainly because I didn't think that this was going to happen.
Yeah, he didn't have any faith that this was going to happen. So now he's trying to fix the lighting.
So you must read up on this, right?
Yeah. Oh, so not so tough, Chucky. That's right. I apologize for this. My vision is corrected to as good as it can be, but my to see small things is kind of hard, so that's why I'm leaning into that. Bill can actually read better than I can, but I'm excited about that. And one of the things that also we were going to talk about when we were supposed to do this last Wednesday and didn't was the elections that were just held, where Mendami is going to be the mayor of New York. I have a sneaking suspicion, however, that something is going to interfere with that before he takes office. He does not take office until January 1st. So I'm thinking that something is going to prevent. I know that some members of Congress were working on a bill to somehow keep him from.
Well, he's an illegal.
Yeah.
That's the main thing they're working on.
Yeah. He is. So That's what I'm hoping they'll be able to do. If you can read any of your comments, that would be great, hon.
Oh
'cause
my
I just
goodness!
can't.
Look, comments. We have comments. How come you guys stuck around for 18 minutes when we tried to fiddle with this? This is amazing. Okay, well, anyway, great. Good day, says David Swenson. XRP Plumbing. What's up, Bill? What's up, Bill? As we finally stumbled our way onto doing a live stream.
Yeah, we did. We stumbled our way onto it, and we're going to keep this short because I don't know, just because we think it should be short. But what you said you had numerous stories you're working on, so go right ahead. Go ahead. What were you going to talk about? You wanted to?
I'm not sure. I don't remember right now. I'm under too much pressure.
You're under pressure. Yeah, it took him so long to be able to get into his laptop that he's forgotten everything. I am actually very proud of the Republicans for sticking together and sticking it out and not caving in to Chucky and his plans, his evil plans for this country. I'm very, very proud of this. And I think always when something like this happens, somebody always complains, well, they caved on this or they gave in on that. I honestly haven't seen the full agreement. But I will say this, when you have two entities that are as far apart as Republicans and Democrat, if they can come together and vote on anything, it's good. And
well, their come together is the fact that Democrats are coming over to our side because they've got people who fly, for one thing.
That's right.
And they don't like being stuck at airports.
Yeah. We just had a family wedding in the mountains, and my sister and her husband had to fly some distance, and we were very glad that they were able to actually make it without being affected by the shutdown. We just hope now they'll make it home because it's over. But yeah, no, that's holiday season is coming. But my point is that I hate it when people get upset with the Republicans for caving on certain things, because in order to get a deal done, sometimes you have two entities that are so far apart in what they are doing. That, and another thing I noticed is that people are so angry with President Trump for having this former terrorist in the White House to talk about, the issues. He's got to talk to leaders. It doesn't matter if they're a former terrorist or whatever they are. If they're a leader that he needs to do a deal with, he's got to talk to them. And I don't have any problem with that. He can't not talk to people because, he wouldn't be able to talk to anybody. But I also noticed, Bill, we've been bombing drug vessels in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Blowing them out of the water, which I think is a good thing. But I read just recently where Starmer said that the UK is going to stop sharing intelligence with the United States about these boats.
The U.S. creates 90% of the good intelligence anyway. We could yawn and not remember that England is not participating.
Well, that may be true, but it still troubles me that they don't want us to bomb drug boats that are coming to our country.
Let me see. What is the reason for that too? There was a good reason last night, and I just don't remember it right now. I'm still a little too shook up that we're able to do this.
That we were able to pull this off. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe somebody out there can explain that.
Yeah,
to
I'm
us.
sure.
I'm sure there's somebody who knows about the intelligence sharing. I would think that if we lost intelligence sharing with Israel, that would be a bad thing.
That would be a bad thing.
Because Israel, my understanding is they have excellent intelligence.
But with the Brits, not so much.
Yeah. And there's more information coming about the J-6 pipe bomber.
I know.
They have identified it. They have identified the pipe bomber as a woman who was a member of the Capitol Police. Is that right?
Yeah. Why is it so important, though? Why is who set the pipe? They didn't even go off.
Because they were trying to blame it on a MAGA person, and come to find it's just more evidence that the police and the FBI were actually instigating some of this stuff. It was more, they used the pipe bomber as a reason to clear out the buildings, DNC, or as a reason for people to, when they did, they used that.
I think that's diversionary. I think that's not important.
Yeah, but that's the point. They used the pipe bomber. They said the pipe bomber was, a MAGA person. They used the fact that there was a pipe bomber in order to clear out some of the buildings, because now they had a pipe bomber, which it was them doing it. They were just doing it to make us look bad, and it wasn't us. And so all of that stuff is coming out in the open, and there's going to be a lot more to come out about that. And we also have the situation with the news media now that we knew was the case, but President Trump has just announced that he is planning on suing BBC for what they did in their coverage of his speeches, which they have been doing since the man came down the escalator. They take his words and twist them, but this was really bad what they did.
Yeah, and it was done deliberately at a very precipitous time.
Yeah. And I want to know, does anybody know why MSNBC thinks changing their name to MS Now is going to help them?
They're hopeless anyway.
I mean, what is the point in changing the name? It sounds now like Now is the National Organization for Women. So now they are MS. MS were the initials that they used. If you didn't want to be Miss or Mrs., you could be Ms. So now it looks like it's a whole organization, National Organization for Women thing, which they have a war on women anyway. So I don't know why they're bothering with that. This whole transgender mess and having men in women's sports, it's still going on.
These are interesting comments that we really should follow.
Okay.
From Janice, if New York City mayor doesn't take the U.S. constitutional oath, like another Muslim in office refused to, they told her she cannot take the office in the U.S. if you don't follow our U.S. Constitution. Well, yeah. But it wouldn't surprise me that Mendami has said he will not take the oath, but
and he's already backtracking on all his stuff. He's already begging for money. If I'm going to implement all this free stuff for you all need to donate money for me to do it. Then I guess it's not really free. But there are already, a bunch of people, and there'll be a bunch of people who move out of New York. There are already people pulling their kids out of city schools. The governor can oust the mayor apparently fairly easily. I don't know what the process is, but I think it's pretty easy. I think the governor has complete authority to do that. Now, I don't think
Elise Stefanik, is that the lady's name, who's running against
Elise
her?
Stefanik is running. So we just all need to pray that Elise Stefanik becomes the next governor. We have to pray against the cheating because they are cheating. Still, they're cheating.
Speaking of which, this recent great defeat on the part of the Democrats over Republican candidates in 4 different states. It's clear to me they've still got control of the machines.
That's right.
Unless we're talking about that, we're never going to get to the bottom of this.
Right. I mean, I hear all the time people saying, how could Virginians vote for that attorney general? That
I grew up in Virginia. I spent most of my life in Virginia. There is no way Virginians voted for a person who threatened to kill his opponent. I mean, no way.
Not only kill his opponent, he threatened to kill his children. I mean,
I think he threatened to kill his opponent's wife in front of his children.
Or something.
This guy is just, there's never been in the history of the United States that I know about, no political candidate has ever said anything that ferocious ever, much less do it and then get elected
and get away with it.
That just didn't happen. It did not happen.
Well, that's my point. My point is people are always saying, well, the Republicans failed. They dropped the ball. They this. No, they cheated. I'm just flat out. So there's no